Can you daily drive an NC1 Acura NSX? The answer is going to surprise you. In this video, we're going to talk about the cost, practicality, annoyances, and real-life ownership experience. Now let's talk about practicality. When I first got the NSX, I was definitely scraping coming out of the driveway, and it would definitely make me cringe, and I would look underneath the lip and underneath the front bumper, and I figured out that I got lucky because the previous owner, he had a scrape guard on it, but if you didn't, you would definitely be scraping and damaging the front bumper on the NC1 NSX. So as a stock car, it's very low and you're definitely gonna run into things. Now, I know my car didn't come with the lift system, and I'm not sure if they ever came with one, and that's one of those things that a lot of supercar owners use, and it's very practical for every day. My car is low, and it definitely doesn't have a lift system, and that's one of those things that makes the car kind of unpractical for daily use. Now, we also have low profile tires, and this is common sense. The lower the wall and everything of the tire is gonna make the ride harsher. It's gonna make it a lot more rougher, especially on roads out there that have potholes and city roads. Now, the ride isn't uncomfortable, but it's definitely a sports car, so you have to take that in consideration. It's low, it's got smaller tires, and if you're gonna be using it daily in a city, you have to take that in consideration. Now, when it comes to the interior, in my opinion, I'm 6 feet tall, 220 pounds. I feel like it's a little tight. And that's just me. I'm a bigger guy, and most of these cars are designed for the average individual. And I think it's like 5'10" and like 180 or something like that. But as far as the car goes, even though I'm on the heavier side, I still feel comfortable. It's snug, but it's not uncomfortable. And I've done many hours in this car, and I like it. I've never been fatigued, I've never been sore, and I've never had like an issue with my body when it comes to the car. But you have to see that everything is tight. There isn't a lot of room. You don't have a lot of like space. And as a matter of fact, like even if you need to put something somewhere, like there's just not a lot of room. Like there's this little cubby back here, which you can kind of see. And that's pretty much about it. Like when my wife drives, she has her purse tucked in here, and because there's really no other room in here. And I kind of think that Acura did it the right way. So Acura totally could have compromised with the car. And what I mean by that is whenever manufacturers weighing what they should do to a car when they're building it, they definitely focus on the performance aspect. You definitely got heated seats and it's comfortable, but they didn't compromise with the car itself. They needed to get the car a certain dimension, a certain weight, and they needed to fit everything because it's a hybrid supercar. You need to make sure everything worked. So they put that focus first, which I appreciate. And of course, that doesn't leave you with a lot of room, but it leaves you with enough room. But as far as daily use goes, you could definitely get a lot of use, but there's one thing that is kind of upsetting, and for daily use, you're gonna pay the price, and it's this. So Honda has always been notorious for using leather that sucks. My S2000 had the worst seats ever. Acura has just had the worst leather, and I think they're doing a little bit better. And this has 40,000 miles, a bunch of owners, but some of the owners have had to replace this already, and it's because this sees the most wear. And this is not uncommon. I feel like Acura's leather is up to par with most standards, but this is gonna see a lot of wear, and over time, it's gonna start crinkling, and it's just gonna look bad. So this is one of those things that you're definitely gonna see the worst impact if you daily drive this car. And talking about practicality and real life ownership, this is all you have right here. And it's plenty for work. Like if you're taking this to work and you're dailying it, you've got enough space for your briefcase or your backpack or your gym bag. As a matter of fact, I always think it's weird where all manufacturers want to make sure that you could fit some golf clubs in a supercar. I don't know, it's like their standard or their benchmark. But I think you could even do that with this. So this is your room. So you've got plenty of room for day to day, but you're not going to be hauling a bunch of stuff, and you're going to have to be conscious that you can't bring anything bigger than this. So let's talk about cost dailying it. Well, this is a Honda, and I say that with much pride, meaning that it's reliable. You put gas in it and you go, which is great. As far as cost goes, really the gas and tire usage is really going to be the main thing. If you don't care about putting miles on your car, then the cost of dailying it isn't any different than really any other car. As a matter of fact, it's probably lower because it's so reliable. But where some things could go wrong is that if you're dailying your vehicle, like here in Colorado, you run the risk of breaking your windshield because there's a lot of rocks in Colorado. And of course, replacing a windshield on a supercar is going to be more expensive than a regular car. Trust me, I have gone through that. It is not as simple as you think. So you have to take in consideration that that can happen. If you don't care, that's fine. I have windshield protection film and I've had it for about a year and a half. It is starting to kind of wear. So I'm gonna have to remove it here soon, but you have to think about some of the risks that you might take. And of course there's risk with anything. You could keep your car in the garage for 2-3 years and take it out once and you could get into a situation where if you daily it, you know, you raise the probability, but at the same time, you just never know. Now, when we look at the car, and this is one of those things that you guys are probably gonna get mad at me, but this is a very beautiful car. It's expensive, and it definitely stands out. And in today's society, call me a skeptical guy or call me a person who's like paranoid, but when you have a very bright red supercar, I don't like to leave my cars out in the public. I don't like to park them and walk away from them. I don't like to leave them out of my sight. As a matter of fact, when me and my wife go out, someone's always in the car. And the reason why is because we've heard multiple stories of people just getting angry because it's a nice car and doing stuff to it. Now, does that happen all the time? No. Is it a high probability? No, but it's one of those things that when you drive a supercar every day and you're going to be parking it for work and parking it to run errands, you have to take in consideration that you're raising the odds of running into someone who's going to be jealous or mad, who probably wants to hurt your car. So those are one of the things that stays in my mind. And I did daily this car, but I definitely didn't leave it out for a long time. So when you're talking about practicality of the NSX or any supercar, I think that's one of those negative things. Now, some annoyances with the NSX, and it's almost fair to say with any supercar, is that everyone's going to want to race you and people are going to be mad and you're going to be causing issues. And it happens all the time. Like I drive this car, you have these big trucks that, you know, they're angry and they want to race you, and then you have all the young kids that want to race you. But the one thing that gets me the most is the glorious wave from the C8 Corvette guy. And it's not one of those waves where it's like, hey, cool car, cool car. It's literally like, hey, another C8. And I truly don't understand how they cannot tell the difference between my car and their car. So what do? I wave back. Why? Because I'm a nice guy sometimes. And I think, you know what? They like their car, I like my car. Now, to piggyback on that situation, most people will definitely be asking you what this is. A lot of people don't understand that this is a rare car, super rare car, like mega rare car. And at the end of the day, many people have never seen one. And it's really cool because you get to teach people about it. But at the same time, people think it's a Corvette, and then people have a bunch of questions. And the crazy part is when I first got the car, I maybe got one or two things about, you know, the older NSX is better, blah, blah, blah. But I don't get that anymore. I think people understand that the NC1 NSX is a glorious car. I think it's already been proven over time and experiences that it's a great car. So when it comes to annoyances, it's just like any other supercar. There isn't anything that really truly annoys me about the car of driving it every day. My only thing is, for my particular situation, why I don't daily it is because I just worry about it. I worry about, you know, somebody being stupid. I just worry about too much stuff to daily it when I do have a bunch of other cars. At the end of the day, I choose not to daily this. But to conclude the video, can you daily this? Yes. Should you daily it? Oh, I love controversy. I say no. And why I personally don't do it. How about that? These cars are rare and they're expensive, and Honda doesn't have a good track record with getting parts. That's just the truth. All right. I know some of you guys are going to be mad, but I've heard of people waiting for stuff, right? And waiting for a long time, like suspension stuff and all that. Like, I think enjoying the car, weekend warrior, nice drive, cup of coffee. Well, I don't drink coffee in the car, but you know what I'm saying. Just enjoying the car is the extent of what I use this car for, because I worry about the risk. And I'm not afraid to share this with you guys. This car is right at my limit, right? Like, I could afford it. I could afford the repairs, but it's going to hurt, right? I could afford all of that. But that's the thing though. If I had enough money that I could just like, oh, you know what, I need a whole front end and I don't care. I don't care about depreciation. I don't care about anything. That's different. But for me, I cherish this car so much, I can't daily it. And I did. I tried to do it. I just couldn't. I just felt like I was putting so much work. So can you daily this car? Yes. Should you daily it? Well, it depends on your net worth. And it also depends if you care or not. Like sometimes at the end of the day, you might not care. You just bought the car and you're going to run it to the ground. And I actually respect those. You guys are awesome who do that. But for me, I'm not like that. I'm just kind of, I take care of stuff and I don't do that. So can you daily an NSX? Yes. Should you? It depends on your personal preference. All right, guys, let me know if you daily your NSX or if you would. All right, bye.